his name was in the program. He was involved in all sorts of super secret brain interface stuff. He was totally set up on government payroll, said he was drugged, told people in the jail. That was even in the local paper. Then they came out and said it was never said. He's a patsy. He was set up. He was drugged outside. I don't have time to get into the whole story, but I will later. His psychiatrist was the top Air Force psychologist in San Antonio over whole secret programs at their medical facilities. And then she becomes basically his psychiatrist and spends hours multiple times a week with him. And by the way, the police investigated her. They're not stupid, but they got shut down. There's a word, it begins with an H. Handler? What do you call that? Look into Sirhan. The LAPD found out he was drugged, and he did not shoot RFK. That's admitted, LA Times as well. Look it up. Batman killer studied brain disorders before mass murder, AP. Oh, he studied brain disorders. No, he was in a DARPA interface program. His dad was in a program so classified, we can't even find out what it was. Just like Harrison Kleibolt's parents. Columbine. Let's go ahead and go out to break with this John Bowne report on domestic propaganda psyops going on. When that colonel gets up there and lies to people, he believes it's been legalized. Let's go ahead and go to John Bowne's report. Then we'll go to break, and I'll come back and hit the news from Stephen Hawking.
Back in May of 2012, while America slept, an amendment overturned the long-standing Smith-Mundt Act of 1948 and the Foreign Relations Authorization Act of 1987, allowing for materials produced by the State Department and the Broadcasting Board of Governors to be released within U.S. borders. Michael Hastings of BuzzFeed.com put it this way: the new law would give sweeping powers to the State Department and Pentagon to push television, radio, newspaper, and social media onto the U.S. public. It removes the protection for Americans, says a Pentagon official who is concerned about the law. It removes oversight from the people who want to put out this information. There are no checks and balances. No one knows if the information is accurate, partially accurate, or entirely false. A WikiLeaks archive released recently reveals that the government is actively working with the corporate media to produce the sort of propaganda required to shape the foreign policy narrative of the United States. Within the trove lies ample evidence detailing a growing close relationship between the Obama administration, the State Department, and the transnational entertainment corporation, Sony. The archive demonstrates Sony Corporation's connections to the U.S. military-industrial complex. An email from Richard Stengel, U.S. State Department Undersecretary for Public Diplomacy and Public Affairs, reveals how the government enlisted Sony and other entertainment corporations in the propaganda war against ISIS and Russia. It is addressed to Sony's Michael Linton. It reads, "It was great to see you yesterday. As you could see, we have plenty of challenges encountering ISIL narratives in the Middle East and Russian narratives in Central and Eastern Europe. In both cases, there are millions and millions of people in those regions who are getting a skewed version of reality, and it's not something that the State Department can do on its own, by any means. Following up on our conversation, I'd love to convene a group of media executives who can help us think about better ways to respond to both of these large challenges. This is a conversation about ideas, about content and production, about commercial possibilities. I promise you it will be interesting, fun, and rewarding." Michael Linton responded to this email by sending Stengel a list of names including Andy Bird, chairman of Walt Disney International, former Turner Broadcasting CEO Phil Kent, 21st Century Fox COO James Murdoch, and Drew Guff, a founding partner of private equity investment firm Sigler Guff. Another email from a staffer to Jane Hartley, the U.S. ambassador to France, shows how the government intends to exploit the celebrity of actors to push its foreign policy objectives. "We have already started to think through ways your superstars could potentially help amplify some of the great work U.S. Embassy Paris is doing," the staffer wrote.
And you see what they do domestically.
We'd love to include Sony names and events here, either as guests or performers, and would love the opportunity to leverage their popularity to promote the president's priorities and agenda overseas. The director of press advance at the White House has joined the LA Times. The Los Angeles Times announced this morning the hiring of Johanna Maska, an aide to President Obama. Maska ironically employs the new age of newspeak by uttering, "Without a robust press pushing the boundaries of power, absolute power will corrupt absolutely." And that is precisely why we need organizations like the LA Times to survive. The tentacles of the Obama administration are quietly stretching into large sections of media. John Bound, Infowars.com.
That's right, and that reminds me of the Attorney General saying at a media meeting, we need to brainwash the public into not liking guns. And that's what the military is doing here, is getting us ready for them to be on the streets. In fact, hear it from Holder. Here it is.
And what we need to do is change the way in which people think about guns, especially young people. One thing that I think is clear with young people and with adults as well is that we just have to be repetitive.
We're going to be back.
China freely allows the sale of bulletproof armor plates, while our U.S. politicians argue from banning Americans from owning body armor.
Does that sound right to you?
Arm your American body at InfidelBodyArmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Hey, Boomer! I learned in school today that 60% of our bodies are made of water. Good thing we have the Berkey system. It's the cleanest, best water ever. Mom says it's because the Berkey's filtration system cleans out the bad stuff and leaves only pure, delicious water. I know, right? You love it too. Yeah, I'm thirsty too. Let's go get some. Get Berkey clean water by calling 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653. Or visit GoBerkey.com.
I want more candy. I want more video games. Mine.
And it's that type of behavior that spurred me to do the research to develop a true nutraceutical formula that was designed to smooth out and help children focus. All of our children are hit with modern mind control. Television, music, fast food, GMOs, sugars, you name it. Young humans have not yet developed their nervous system and are being hammered daily by globalist concoctions. It's no wonder they can't focus and calm down and then are put on dangerous psychotropic drugs. Working with my team, we set out to find the best formula with the highest quality ingredients that children would actually like and take. We worked with the leading manufacturer in nutritional supplements that are safe for children to bring you the most affordable and powerful calming formula out there. Introducing Child Ease with herbs and calming extracts like chamomile and lemon balm and essential nutrients that taste great. Obtain your Child Ease today at InfoWarsLife.com. That's Child Ease exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com.
It's time to build your own emergency food stockpile with the industry leader, My Patriot Supply. Once you try them, you'll know why so many Americans like you have made them part of their emergency preparedness plan. Experience the My Patriot Supply difference today with this unbelievable offer. Right now, a 4-week food supply is only $99, and that includes free shipping. That's 50% off the online price. Call 800-274-3070 to claim yours. Limit 2 per caller while supplies last. This offer isn't available online, so you want to make sure and grab this opportunity to get prepared today. 800-274-3070 to get your 4-week food supply for the incredible price of only $99, and it'll be shipped to you completely free. Call 800-274-3070 right now. That's 800-274-3070 to claim yours while supplies last. Don't wait. Call today.
Strange days have found us, the days of brainwashing. Here's the Attorney General on brainwashing with the media.
And what we need to do is change the way in which people think about guns, especially young people. One thing that I think is clear with young people and with adults as well is that we just have to be repetitive about this. It's not enough to simply have a catchy ad on a Monday and then only do it every Monday. We need to do this every day of the week and just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way.
And so when you see actors or movies or anything, they're being paid to say, don't be racist, give me your guns, don't be racist, support Obamacare. Or don't be homophobic. Let us teach your 3-year-old how to have oral sex. And that was in the news Sunday. In schools. Or let's have open borders or you're a racist. I mean, we're being conquered. And the agenda is, let us run your medical care. Let us tell you how to be obsessed with this type of sex. And we're going to put military on the streets. And we're going to take more of your money. And, folks, they don't want us having kids. They want to break up the family unit. I'm not against people that are out with their sexual preferences or whatever. I'm a libertarian. A lot of those lifestyles are destructive. But who am I to judge people? I mean, come on. I'm not going to throw rocks in glass houses. I've been a wild man in my life. But to sit there and just make that the issue while the whole world goes on around us is crazy. Now, we have Joe Jennings, who does a great job directing some of the TV nightly news. He also does analysis for us. Joe Jennings, longtime journalist from TV news, is in there. He's been listening for the last 5 hours, even before we were live, and watching the Ustream feed of Jakari Jackson and Joe Biggs there in Bastrop, Texas, where they're having the Jade Helm brainwashing session. And the message is, hey, 1,000 people, because that's now the number we're getting. Just room after room, auditoriums full, down the road, just, you know, you name it. They're saying, we don't want martial law. We don't want our guns taken. They go, we won't. We go, oh, what about Katrina? What about your manual? You know, folks are confronting them about all the news, saying they're enemies, the vets and stuff. And Joe Jennings has been listening to this, and he said that this colonel is super arrogant, but some interesting giblets of news have come out. So, Joe Jennings, tell us what you've learned in there in the control room watching our reporters in the field.
Hey, Alex. What it seems to be is that they're saying this is all going to be done on private property. Everything's going to be done on private property. Some of the things they're talking about are drones. They're going to be using a lot of drones. This is a spec ops kind of enactment. They're going to be using some actors, but mostly spec ops troops. They're training. They said that they have to keep razor sharp because they've trained for the last 14 years of war, and now they're going to be training for the next 14 years.
And that, of course, is here domestically. And what's crazy is they admit it's about winning hearts and minds. They admit in all their manuals their new mission is here domestically to fight the patriots, the veterans. And then he sits up there. And, oh, well, that's a major change then, because their own original announcement plan that we broke over a month ago said that they would be on public land and in the streets and be simulating illegal, suspicious activities. So I take it now they're saying they won't be in the streets in plain clothes?
No, they're saying private property.
Well, see, what we're doing is forcing them to dial it back, but I'm telling you, this means nothing. San Antonio said, get out, you're not doing this. They went ahead and did it anyways. So you have to remember that, I mean, you cannot believe a word comes out of this guy's mouth, Joe.
You can't.
And I'm sorry. I mean, I've just heard him. Is there any plan to take on the American people ever? No, that's ridiculous. I mean, I could sit on a 5-foot pile of news articles, mainstream, admitting this. But they're all articles about, it's wonderful. Homeland Security trains to fight their main enemy, us, and to take our guns. NBC reports, oh, Brian Williams. I mean, you know, oh, the military's training to take on the Tea Party. Thank God. Oh, they're so racist. Oh. We'll be back, third hour.
I want more candy. I want more video games. Mine.
And it's that type of behavior that spurred me to do the research to develop a true nutraceutical formula that was designed to smooth out and help children focus. All of our children are hit with modern mind control. Television, music, fast food, GMOs, sugars, you name it. Young humans have not yet developed their nervous system and are being hammered daily by globalist concoctions. It's no wonder they can't focus and calm down and then are put on dangerous psychotropic drugs. Working with my team, we set out to find the best formula with the highest quality ingredients that children would actually like and take. We worked with the leading manufacturer in nutritional supplements that are safe for children to bring you the most affordable and powerful calming formula out there. Introducing Child Ease with herbs and calming extracts like chamomile and lemon balm and essential nutrients that taste great. Obtain your Child Ease today at InfoWarsLife.com. That's Child Ease exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com.